What's up, everybody? Today it's another Brawlhalla stream from Roger Gaming, and today I am going to showcase and explain to you all the different alternate game modes in Brawlhalla. You've all seen the default game modes. It's either a free-for-all or a 2v2 or ranked. Those are the most famous ones. But today I'm actually gonna try and do offline play with some crazy bots, but show you all of these other game versions, these game rules. We've got stock, we've got timed. Stock is the usual one. It's like a free-for-all. You can have teams on or off. By having teams on, it basically gives you a 2v2 or whatever number of players you want against each other. Then you have a timed match, Strikeout, Brawlball, Comfort, Horde, Walker Attack, Snowbrawl, Dodgebomb, Switchcraft, Bombsketball, Beachbrawl, Buddy, Brawldown, Capture the Flag, Bubble Tag, Temple Climb, Morph. Yeah, and they keep adding more. No complaints from me this side. The latest one that they've added actually is the Walker Attack, which is from The Walking Dead. It's basically fighting off a whole lot of zombies. Almost everybody knows stock, so I'm not going to go over that, and I'm going to go in order through the different ones. Timed is more or less the same thing as stock, so it's no use really going over that one. Instead of having 3 stocks to win the game, you have 3 minutes to win the game. So it's like not really that much different. Game rules are more or less the same kind of thing for that. So let's get into Strikeout. That's the next one up. So the reason I'm doing bots, by the way, is if I start an online, you end up wasting time waiting for people jumping in, jumping out. Just going to do some bots to showcase this and give you an example. But to make the same time, I've never make them crazy to go. I can actually set teams on. There's some of these modes you can do teams on or teams off. If I do teams on, it's basically 2v2, but I'm do a free-for-all basically where each person is fighting for their own life. It's me and 3 other. We're doing Strikeout, and Strikeout basically normally for match you have 3 stocks of this. For Strikeout, as you can, each stock I get a different person. So my first stock is going to be Orion, second one is going to be Queen Nai, and the third stock is going to be Zariel. Let's see how this goes. It's my first time, I think, against frozen bots. Oh, okay. Maybe I made a mistake. This is going to be fun. Have I hit anybody as yet? I've always wanted harder bots though, so I'm really pleased at the fact that we have chosen bots. Okay, now you can see that Orion's no longer there, and I have my second stock, which is Queen Nai. Who's winning this one? It's the second Queen Nai. Yellow. This is impressive. I'm on top, which is and Dun seems to be taking the cake now. Until that. Yo. Scarlet, you're doing some damage, girl. I wish I could play like that. Honestly, I wish I could. Wait, I was supposed to grab her there. I'm definitely dead on this one.
Player 2 wins.
Note to self, do not choose chosen bots. But anyway, you get how it works. Yeah, you have 3 stocks and each stock is a different person. So we're gonna go to the next game mode is Brawlball, and I think just test myself a bit less. Maybe I'll just choose hard. Okay, that's hard. That's hard. Okay. So we've got 2 red and 2 blue, and because Linfei is usually quite fast, I like to have her on this. So in this game mode, it's basically like American NFL football. You have a ball in the middle of the stage, which you've got to take to the opposition team side and charge up that color podium until it becomes fully white. That's what they're doing as well. I just want to explain podiums as well. You see there's a red podium and a blue podium. I'm on the red team and I can go through my red podium very easily, but the blue team can't get the red podium, and likewise I can't get through the blue podium. So it basically, when you're running back to defend your base kind of thing, it sort of allows you to get there a bit quicker. It makes a bit more of a challenge. Okay, see what happened there? The bomb, the spawn ball falls down is where the ball is going to be spawning. If it falls down in the middle, it's going to respawn in the middle. If it falls down on any of the sides, it's going to respawn on any of the sides. If you score a point, the other team gets the ball spawning on their side of the thing. And you might wonder why I don't have a weapon. It's so that I can grab the ball when I get a chance to. If you have a weapon, you physically cannot get the ball. So hey, damage done by Scarlet. Good going, Scarlet. Yeah, and she scored once as well. The other team didn't really score. So yeah, this is against hard bots. Yeah, I'm not gonna bots anymore. Let's just keep it on hard. So that was Brawlball covered. Next is Kung Fu. I'm gonna stick with Linfei and I'm gonna show you why now. Kung Fu is basically soccer. And I'm gonna show you the Synthwave Kung Fu stage. Initially it used to be the Kung Fu arena for the longest time. And finally when they had the Synthwave update, they gave us the stage for this type of Kung Fu match.
1, brawl!
As you can guess by now, you get with cars. Kung Fu itself is where you battle to get this ball over the team's line. Okay, I realized something. I don't like the Synthwave platform thing that much because this gets in the way a bit. I prefer the original stage to be honest. The Synthwave looks cool, but the other one is more practical. And by the way, that's why I look unfair. Her side stick, as we would call it, is pretty awesome when it comes to trying to score from just about anywhere on the stage, so it makes it super easy. Sometimes when we should the game not skill but just having the 6, as you can see I'm doing right now. Notice the color of the ball as well. The darker red it is, or it sometimes goes yellow, but then in orange and then a bit red. It's basically the amount of force that it has against it. At least Ragnar scored on this one. 7-3. That's Kung Foot. You can't really put teams off. It doesn't make sense having a team game without teams, so you can set your match time and score to win in your damage, and that for the other ones as well. You can see that test maps, test features, gadgets. What are gadgets? Anyway, Horde. Horde for me is one of the most pointless ones, but I'm just gonna, for this case, let's show you guys what it's all about.
Three, two, one, brawl!
Notice there's 2 doors in the stage, and there's a whole lot of bad guys approaching. And the whole point of this is to get guys away from your doors. Just basically protect the doors from the horde coming through. And I think this downswing from Terrace sort of covers the entire area of the door, so it sort of makes sense. If you look at my door compared to their door, my door is in a bit of a better shape. And the first door to be breached entirely will actually cause the stage to end. It's basically protecting a specific point. And you can see the bots are basically playing strategy to say that, okay, try and attack the guys before they get to the door, and my down stick doesn't exactly work flawlessly as well because of the time it takes to recharge. And then you get this guy that just comes to mess with you. It's basically a Ragnar that looks like a hog or something like that. See, the door on the left was breached, so that's basically what happened. Thor did the most damage, so I guess he's the one that won the match. But yeah, it doesn't really make that much sense, the horde mode. Moving on. Oh, there's one thing I forgot to say about Kung Fu. If you notice, the bots automatically, if you attack the other person's goal, the other bot will automatically defend. So even if you're playing with people, it makes sense for one person to defend and another person to go striking. One goalie, one striker. Moving on to the walker attack now. This is kind of fun, but it also ends up being kind of long, so I'm gonna make it maybe 3 minutes for the purposes of this. And because it's zombies and because it's damage, I think it's going to be fun to have like lots of damage going on. And who's the damage master? Let me think about this. I like Zariel, and I've got her set to be maximum damage. So it's basically normally you and somebody else goes against a horde of zombies. And zombies can come out from, I think, about 5 places on the stage. You'll see as we get through this. They can come out through this vent here, they can come out through the stairway on the bottom. And you want to be careful for zombies doing punches, jumps, dodging you. Yeah, so it's 1 point here, 2 points here, 3 points here, I think 4 and 5. So basically 5 and 2 points for these zombies. And you know normally you do lighter hits with your, you know, on the Xbox case it's your lighter hits are with your X button and your signature moves are with your Y button. You want to do SIGs with the zombies. You want to get them out as soon as possible, you know. Inflict maximum damage and I want to get them out of there. Oh, by the way, I set damage to 300%. That being said, while I'm doing damage to them at 300%, they're also doing damage to me at 300%. So it goes both ways. By the way, as each wave goes on as well, you get more zombies coming at you quicker, dodging more, punching at you more. So I've basically done this showcase before, but I had a horrible mic at that time, so this time around at least a gaming headset, so hopefully it's able enough and clear understand what I'm saying. You'll notice as the stages go on, the zombies start to duck even more. In case you're wondering, because it's sort of a co-op mode, you might be wondering, okay, so how does anybody actually win the stage? You win the stage by taking the most damage, killing the most zombies, and outlasting the longest, I guess. I'm not sure, I've never had this, where if you outlast somebody, if you outlast your competition, and you have less damage, is it damage that wins the match or is it outlasting that wins the match? I don't know, but I've had 35 KOs and yeah, I made it a timed match just so I could show you guys, well, I made it lower time, sorry, to actually show you what it's about. But if you carry on playing this, it can go up to about maybe level 25 and 10 minutes kind of thing. So the default setting on this mode was about 15 minutes, I can't remember offhand. But anyway, let's get into the next game mode. Snowbrawl. I love this mode. Teams on or teams off? Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Let's put teams off. We'll leave it at 3 minutes for the showcase. Score to win infinity. I want to play the full 3 minutes. Damage. Let's amp this up. And 4 players. 4 players for Snowbrawl. Hence, I add bots. Just for sake, guys, don't judge. I'm gonna have some bots. So I'd like to take decent at this compared to the other ones, and it is a free, so for himself. So let's see how this goes. I'll explain more once we actually get into the match. It actually makes sense that Okay, here I am with 0 hit. As you can see, there's no weapons. You just spawn with in your dodge. You can't do ambush kind of thing. And because you set the damage up all the way to 300%, you are gonna find a lot of deaths quite a lot of the time. Yeah, maybe this was a bad idea to have 300% with chosen bots.
Double knockout. Dominating. Double knockout. Shut down. Double knockout.
You have to be careful for edge guarding and spammers and people that are...
Shut down.
I don't know if you guys saw that, I threw the ball downwards at Bryn, so I managed to get her that way. The cool thing about this, it helps you practice your directional aiming when you have bombs and those kind of things, so it's like a wax on wax off karate dojo training kind of setup.
Double knockout.
In this game mode, it's usually nice to have the high ground because that gives you an advantage, because sometimes if you're on the lower ground, your board can't reach your opponent. The snowball.
Dominating. Shut down.
Okay, I'm at 58 versus the closest guy to me is what, 43. So yeah, even though it's chosen, looks like I'm winning this one.
Dominating.
Ah, okay, maybe I spoke too soon. They're only 8 away, Ada, and there's 30 seconds left.
Shut down.
And some people play this mode carefully throwing each ball with intent, and I'm like, nah. As you see in my gameplay, I spam a lot. I've gotten a lot of flack for that, but this is also something where you want to just keep pushing the pressure on. That was close. I won by 1 snowball. Okay, chosen bots, take that. That is Snowbrawl explained. Dodgebomb. Dodgebomb, yeah, it's kind of cool as it sounds. There's a lot of bombs, but there are some limitations to this. Let's make it teams for fun. Team damage off. It's never fun to kill somebody on your own team. Let's choose a Suri for the hell of it. In Dodgebomb, the whole point of this, and it's always this stage by the way,
1, brawl.
spawn with bombs. Sorry, I was looking at Cassidy. You always spawn with bombs on your platforms, and the point, as you can see, is to just get everybody bombed out. Nice on Dusk, he actually grabbed the bomb as I was throwing it at him.
Double knockout.
The thing that you can do with this mode that you can't do with the snowball one is this jump punch. If you're falling, the jump punch you can't do with the snowball mode, that you can do with this mode. What you can also do, actually I can't remember whether you can do this with the snowball or not, but what you can do with the bomb is to charge your bomb so it gets further distance. As you can see, if I just throw the ball now, it just goes past the first podium. But if I charge it, it can go past All the podiums. Isaiah actually caught that one. Isaiah is out. Cassidy caught mine. The thing about this, even though you put team damage off, a bomb is a bomb. It's always gonna hit and cause damage to somebody, and also be your own teammate. So that's what you want to be careful of in this stage as well. Okay.
Red team wins.
That's basically how it works. Just bombing your opponents as much as possible. Damage done, Cassidy. 270. Well done. 95 for Dusk. Oh, and they were choices. So yeah. Switchcraft. Now this is similar to the other mode that we played earlier on, where we get 3 different stocks to choose from. And I'm gonna change the difficulty away from chosen. I'll just make it hard. And what is basically, ever wondered like, hey, Linfei is super fast, but Zal has like extreme damage. So if you want to like maybe Linfei with Zal's damage power or weapons, like okay, maybe do that. So with Switchcraft you get 3 stocks, but you get their power interchange.
Orion.
So well, you're gonna see in the example now that I do. I think some bots were set to extreme. It's fine though.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
I think I should be able to survive this one. I don't have teams on, as you can see. The colors are all different. As you can see, Zariel normally doesn't have a lance, and Orion is one of the people I've chosen. So this is basically Zariel's abilities and agility with Orion's lance. And even though Zariel has gloves, you'll see that these gloves and the side sig is basically Wushang. Guys, you gotta admit, SIGs are cool. And I guess if you're trying to be a pro player, then you wanna know the art of the game. And if you're just trying to have fun like me, you don't care how you win as long as you win. And even if you don't win, as long as you have fun doing it. Okay, so I've lost my first stock. My second stock is Wushang. And guess what? He has Orion's lance. Oh, where go Ida? Jaehyun with the bow. And Zariel's gloves. So that was a really good dodge. but it's still satisfying. I just can't. See, that's what I get from doing so many Snowbrawl matches and Dodgebomb matches. You get to throw bombs with pretty decent accuracy. What? What? I made the mistake of having an extreme bot in the whole mix. Player 4 was extreme from what I remember. It's the highest damage. So anyway, that works. It's 3 different stocks with powers mixed up between them. Bombsketball, it's basically similar to the Dodgebomb one, where you get a lot of bombs, but it's different in a way. I'll explain to you how. Score to win is infinity, match time 2 minutes. I'll leave that as default. And
Next.
yeah, it doesn't really matter who I choose. The new touch, by the way, looks weird. He looks more creepy than ever.
3, 2,
I think some people might see that as a good thing, but I prefer the old touch. Okay, anyway, here you have an orange target and a blue target, excuse me. And as you can see, as the name suggests, it's basketball with bombs. Should have thrown it straight up. One day I will have an Xbox Elite gaming controller, where the controller does what you want it to do. You might have heard me complain about this blue one before. By the way, look, wait. Look, if I throw it, okay, I was in the wrong spot. I just want to show you guys this one thing. So far I've been throwing it from about here. You can, if you don't get your distance right, you can easily miss. Or it's too low to ask. Look here. If I throw it straight up, I cause damage to myself. So it's the most sense to actually get the ball or get the bomb thrown from a different vantage point and miss. But provided you've done enough Snowbrawl matches, you miss less often than you do actually go. As you can see, each time I hit the target or the opposing team's target with a bomb, we get a point. What was I doing there?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's always the stage, by the way.
Red team wins.
I've never seen another map for this type of stage. Damage done 56. The damage isn't the point of this match, so yeah, the score is the point of this match. Jiro had -1. How did that happen? He had no falls. Anyway, he scored team. He threw a bomb onto his own goal. Beachbrawl. Who's good in the air?
Queen 9.
Wait, hinge. No, wait, that's not what I wanted to do. I need to go the other way. Okay. Now all of the bots are on hard.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
This is similar to Kung Fu in a way. But it's, instead of soccer balls, it's beach balls, and instead of weapons, you have water balloons. And as you can tell, I am extremely horrible at this mode. This is one of those weird, strange modes that you either love it or hate it. Let's just say I don't love it. It's weird. It's strange. It's kind of fun, I guess, if you're doing it with friends or family. But yeah, it's my kids and I. We never ever really play this mode. I think we might have done it once just to see what it was about. No! Oh, go! $19, $16. Having your water balloons hit high, I think, is part of the strategy. But also aiming to get a good shot on target for the ball. 20, 29, 30.
4, 1. Red team wins.
Okay. So that was basically our match. You can see nobody's done any damage because you can't really hit anybody on this. It's just your score added up for your team and the other team. And in that, you actually, it is a team match. You can't change teams on or off. Going into the next one, Buddy. I can't really remember what Buddy is. I've done it like literally once in my whole life. Teams have to be on for this one. You can see that option is locked. Team damage off, match time, score to win, infinity, and leave it at that. Oh, I think I know it now. Do you guys remember tag where you could swap out different players? Well, this is that. The fact that you can have
Ryan,
player 1
Queen
and
Nine.
player 2. And I think you can swap out between them.
3, 2.
Oh no, sorry, this is wrong. Buddy is, okay, look at me, I'm Ryan and Queen Nai, right? If I jump up with one of them, I jump up with both of them. If I get a weapon, so it's about having two people being controlled with one controller and trying to win the match like that. It's ridiculous, it's crazy, I guess you could say it's maybe a bit fun, but it's extremely hard to control two players at the same time.
Double knockout. Domination.
Taking one of try and do it with that as I can. If so I'm looking at Orion now, and if he now does damage, then it's a bonus, and if he doesn't, it's one of those things.
Triple knockout.
Berserk is exactly right. Okay, it looks like Orion's got the most kills. I think each point here is per kill, I'm not sure. Unstoppable.
Shut down.
the way, guys, because I mentioned the thing about spamming, there's some legends that don't really have much you can do with your weapons
Red team wins.
if you don't use their signature. I mean, like for Ryan, as soon as you have the lance, there's nothing much you can do except for use the signature with the lance. I mean, I'm sure there's like a few other moves that you can do with it, but the one that makes sense is the lance signature. So that's the most highest damage and the most likelihood of actually getting a hit. So if you're Ryan, you have a lance, you use the lance signature. So it is next mode. That is crazy, by the way. Brawldown. Now, looking at this logo, it looks like the WWE logo, and the reason is because it is. There are crossover characters like John Cena, Becky, I remember Becky Davids. Don't laugh at me. It's WWE. Oh, the Rock is. There's crossovers for the Rock, John, a few of the other ones, and you get to basically play. Let's make it teams for fun. You get to play in the WWE fighting arena, and you get to let's amp this one up as well.
Queen 9.
Here's the arena.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
And you can see that Hattori is spawning on top of the arena itself. You can jump up here. You can bounce against this. And look at there's chairs and stuff. Remember, guys, the damage is on at 100%. Oh, look, a table. I hit nobody.
Knockout.
Let me help myself to the table. You see that I just hit straight onto the table. Asuri is gone, the poor cat. So there's pieces of the table and there's the whole table as well as the chair that you can hit people with. Well, that was over quickly, probably because the damage was super high. But yeah, that's the Brawldown mode explained. You can put teams on or teams off, and yeah, you can set the other things as you need here. Capture the flag. You can see the teams is locked. It has to be a team game. I'm going to show you how this works. The damage doesn't really make that much of a difference because the goal here isn't about hitting the other teammates, it's about capturing the flag, as the name states. So let's see. Issues. Nash should be fast.
Nash.
Okay, it's always the stage.
1, brawl.
And like with the American football version, you can't steal the flag if you have a weapon in your hand. So you see Sir Roland is guarding my flag, and oh well, looks Sir Roland is gonna steal his flag, and Sir Roland won't be able to score as long as Yumiko has got my flag. Let's see. Sir Roland, capture. I'm defending. Yeah, there he is. He's coming out of the flag. Now I've got to make sure Yumiko doesn't get away with our flag. Just by hitting Yumiko, our flag gets returned. if you hit somebody over the edge, it's actually hard for them to come back. I'm surprised that Rayman managed to get back. To prevent you from getting to score. My timing was bad. 2-1 isn't so bad. Anyway. What? Sir Roland, what are you doing? Yumiko's got my flag. Unfortunately, I couldn't do anything because Sir Roland was out of mission. Sir Roland, come on, do your thing. Get my flag back, dude. Nope. You see, Rayman's playing it safe. Thank you for nothing, Sir Roland. And if that's how that works, capture the flag is about capturing the flag. Bubble tag. Yeah, that's the thing about capture the flag as well. You need teamwork for it to actually work. Bubble tag. This is quite crazy, quite fun. You notice that you'll have match time and round time. I'll explain that more when we actually get into the match itself.
Ember.
And under the canopy is a map that's been specifically designed for bubble tag. It was introduced when bubble tag was introduced, as far as I remember. And you get to see what it's all about. Look, I'm in a bubble, my partner's in a bubble, the other team scored. Dust is scored for our team by getting them both into bubbles. You notice the Dust was in a bubble. When I hit his bubble, he came out of it. And you basically score points by getting the two people on the other team into bubbles and try and stay out of bubbles on your own. If one of your teammates is in a bubble, you try and rescue them while trying to get the other guys into bubbles as well. Simple mode, simple game. You can set it higher if you want for a longer match score to win kind of setup. Our score to win was only 5. So if you set it for longer, it's definitely more fun. Temple Climb. This was introduced when Lara Croft, the Lara Croft crossover was added, and this map was added as well, and game mode. So for Temple Climb, it's best, I think, with teams being off, like a free-for-all setup. And you don't have a number of lives here. You just have a score to win that you can set, or you can have infinite lives for the match.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
You'll note him rolling the stage keeps. The reason is because that's part of the temple climb concept. You have to climb the temple, and it's in your best interest to be higher up. Notice this panel that I'm standing on is Ember. So it's like a trap that you use to get the other people, get additional damage on your opponents with. kill Jayun again with the actual map. It's a rolling game. Those are arrows, not these. These are cannonballs. This is quite cool. Last thing you want to do is to get left behind on the bottom, because if you end up on a thinking that you're going to stand on something that's no longer there, you're going to fall to your death basically. You get platforms that are neutral as well, like here. This is like almost like a half-time setup. So we had arrows, we've had cannons. Come on, Ember, where are you? Okay, I'm there. This is fire. So Roland got me with that one. It's always nice to be on a run off the and not low, you can get hit. I think sometimes if you go high, you end up dead. That's the basic concept of this stage. Temple climb. So now we're on to our last one, Morph. Yeah, and so this is the one that I was explaining earlier on that I thought was Buddy by mistake. So Morph is the one where you can actually change like Tekken Tag. Here you can change. Choose 3 spots.
Orion. Fire. Three, two, one, brawl!
Note that you actually spawn with your primary weapon, I would call it. And weapons don't spawn here, but look what I'm doing. By pressing my upper right shoulder button, I'm actually changing between. I'm Kunai, I'm Orion, I'm Fire. One positive thing about this mode is that you start with your weapon. For some reason, whenever I play Brawlhalla, I'm like the last person to get the weapon. Probably because I'm a slowpoke. But it's kind of cool being able to change between whoever you want, whenever you want. Just in case you think, okay, it's not working out for me as Queen 9, I can just change to Orion and do that. It's kind of cool, like mid combo you can actually change somebody. And by the way guys, notice that even though Orion has the lance, his primary weapon, even though Orion has the spear, his primary weapon is the lance. It's primary for Kaya and P9. Hi, I finished, so it's just you and me. No, it's me and Thor.
Player 1 wins.
So that brings us to 58 minutes, and that's the last game mode that I've explained. Let's just do a stock match for the fun of it to end off the stream.
Sorry.
And this is a stock match without any teams, so it's basically a free for all. 3 stocks, last man standing. Nice one there, man. In those instances, it's good to throw stuff. You might actually just get a kill. Nope.
Shut down.
I was hoping I could do 3 stocks.
Player 1 wins.
Thank you. And that's it, guys. Every single Brawlhalla mode explained. I didn't do a timed match, but like I said, it's more or less the stock match. With a stock match you have 3 lives, and a time match you have 3 minutes, so there's no real point in getting to that match, and we've just gone over the hour itself. So thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to the YouTube channel Rojo Gaming, and catch me on Twitch as Rojo. It's R0JE. Pretty unique. Get a similar one. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and hope this video